Well, that was delightful.
Oh my, I guess it was delightful. Anyways, welcome back to episode one of the prep.
And the punk.
Yeah, so in this episode, we'll be discussing the landmark Supreme Court case, Mapp versus Ohio.
Now, think about this. Imagine someone reading your diary without permission and finding something that offends them. Do they have the right to be offended? Those were your personal thoughts and opinions, not to be shared with the world. And now you've been stripped of your privacy. This is what happened to Dalry Mapp, but instead of a diary, it was her home, unlawfully raided, and instead of her opinions, law enforcement found explicit contraband.
You know, what might sound crazy, in the 1950s and 60s, sexually explicit content was illegal. And due to this, the discovery led to the conviction and charging of Dollary Mapp.
Wait. Let's rewind. In 1957, the police forcefully raided Dalry Mapp's house, suspecting she was harboring a fugitive bomber inside. Although they did not have a warrant, so they had no legal right to enter her property without permission.
Mapp, who was refusing the police's entrance the entire time they were there. She asked for a warrant and she was declined. Due to this, she felt that her charges were very unjust. So she used her rights,
Writ of certiorari.
which means seeking judicial review of a lower government decision. This went all the way to the Supreme Court.
Now, let's get into the boring facts of the case. The Chief Justice was Tom C. Clark, a former U.S. Attorney General who served as Associate Justice of the Supreme Court from 1949 to 1967. The Solicitor General was Archibald Cox, and no, I did not make up that name.
Yeah, thank you, Chloe. And so who is the law clerk? You know, like the attorney that was provided to counsel Tommy C.
That man was A.L. Kearns. He was Dalry Mapp's attorney who gave an oral argument as to why Dalry should not be charged for her crimes. And I know your next question, Wyatt. Who was the Attorney General? Obviously, it was Mark McElroy, after his failed attempt to become mayor.
There's one more factor, the amicus curiae brief. On the case was Walter L. Green. He argued that the statute that convicted Mapp interfered with privacy rights under the 4th, 5th, and 14th Amendments to the Constitution.
So, what was the verdict of the case? Did Dalry get her smut back? Did she go to jail?
So yeah, after the conference and the opinion of the court, who was authorized by Tom Clark, was that any evidence that was obtained in Dolly Mapp's house in violation of the Fourth Amendment is inadmissible in state court. But I mean, to answer your question, unfortunately, Dolly did not get her contraband back because it was still illegal at the time in Ohio. Though not everyone agreed with this decision, three of the nine justices at the time, Justice Harlan, Justice Frankfurter, and Justice Whitaker, wrote a dissenting opinion.
Dissenting. But the concurring opinion was in favor of Mapp.
Yes, Chloe, exactly. The concurring opinion was in favor of Mapp.
Well, that's all for now, folks. Seems we've cracked this case wide open.